front wheel is actually pretty curved. Whoa, it actually is unlocked. Holy crap, check out this massive scratch right here on the pillar. Ugh. And yeah, this is terrible. Look at this like weird tint job on the back, almost like a DIY type of kit. Today, fun video for you all. We're gonna go try and buy a 2024 Tesla Model 3 Performance that is at the auction, actually. This one's an interesting one. It's a 2024 black with white interior. Actually, the spec that I would want to buy if I wanted to. I mean, white interior is definitely really nice, especially the black exterior, but it's a 2024 that has almost, I wanna say 5,000 miles on it, and the seller is kind of interesting as well. We'll get into that once we actually see it and take a look at it. But as you know on the channel, we've been looking to shop for a 2024 Tesla Model 3, especially a performance. And if I can get a deal on one, then that would be where it's at. Because brand new with the tax credit, you can get a gray one with the white interior that would be like around like $47,000, $48,000 plus taxes and fees, everything, maybe like 52, 53. But if I can get a used one that's already depreciated like 10 to 20% maybe, fingers crossed, it might actually be worth it. But this video is also in partnership with Hybrid and Electric Car Sales based in Tennessee. Chip is actually the owner and a good friend of mine, and he actually owns a dealership that specializes in selling hybrid and electric vehicles in the Tennessee area. So if you're interested in looking for a deal on one, and on top of that, the one thing that Chip does that's different from every other dealer out there is he actually fixes and repairs Tesla and hybrid and plug-in vehicles as well. So you definitely want to buy one someone that actually knows the vehicles instead of just your normal car dealer on the corner lot. But shout out to Chip for getting me access, and let's head on over to the Mannheim Auction Center to check a look at this 2024 Tesla Model 3 Performance. And this is a really interesting time to be shopping for a 2024 Tesla Model 3 Performance because it's in November right now, and so 2025 models are already here, as you know from watching the channel. And so specifically a 2025 Model 3 Performance is essentially already out. So a 2024 should be depreciated already. And on top of that, this one has like almost 5,000 miles on it. So the tires, I would say they're at least 50% gone, because depending on who this seller is, which we'll talk about that more when we get there, if I had to guess, maybe the seller used this as like a test vehicle and it wasn't actually a personal vehicle that it was being used for. But let's head on over and A, see if we can actually get into this place, which is the Mannheim Auction Center, and B, check out the condition of this thing, because from the pictures, it might not be in the best condition for a 2024 Tesla Model 3 Performance. There's a ton of Porsches over here on this left side as well. Okay, so I need to look at the map because it's really cool. They actually make it pretty easy to figure out where the cars are via the Mannheim app, but you just need to figure out how to get in and which area you can actually access first. All right, so we just parked at Mannheim. There's a sea of vehicles here, so hopefully I can find the Tesla Model 3 Performance and find it quickly. But the other thing is, like, this is my first time coming here, so let's see if I can actually get in with the credentials and anything. I'm just gonna do the age all method, where I'm just gonna walk in directly and act like I know what I'm doing. Too bad I don't have a clipboard and a ladder, but I'm just gonna walk straight in and try and go directly to the vehicles and don't talk to anybody to see if hopefully we'll get past the security and everything, getting into it. So wish us luck, and wish us luck in finding this car really, really quickly.
Hopefully I can get in, fingers crossed. Hopefully we don't run into any issues finding this vehicle and getting access to it, and or getting kicked out. I feel like I'm breaking into somewhere, but I mean, I have the access to get in, but I feel like I'm just gonna try and walk go straight to where I need to go to find this vehicle.
So I got in. I wasn't even sure really where to go at all. This is like my first time here, but I walked right through. It's kind of like the DMV, and then I walked back through all these different vehicles that are back here. So now the challenge is trying to find out where this vehicle is exactly. So this is my first time here, and I have no idea where I am, but we're gonna try and find this vehicle. There's just so many vehicles here, and so I looked at the map before, but you guys just gotta see this. There's vehicles all over the place, and thankfully I got in. I wasn't even sure if I could get in, and I actually got in, just walked straight through. It goes to show, if you just act like you know what you're doing and going to a certain area, People don't even bat an eye depending on where you're going. But you can see tons of vehicles all over the place. But fun find right here. Look at this. A brand new EV9 from Kia or Hyundai Finance just sitting here right on the lot, I guess ready for auction as well in the next few days. Of course, there's 2 more Teslas over here. There's plenty of them all over the place. All right, so I need to stop wasting time and figure out where this vehicle is. I think I just need to look at the map again because I'm getting lost, I think, at this point. So I'm in the lot area over here. I think this is, wait, actually, is that it right there? No way, that is freaking it. We found it, a 2024 Tesla Model 3 Performance in black with the white interior. Okay, interesting. It's being sold by Tesla Remarketing, and it's got a good amount of mileage on it. I really think like this was like a test vehicle some sorts, but it's funny to actually see a 2024 Tesla Model 3 Performance right here on the lot ready for auction. It actually goes up for auction tomorrow, and so a quick glance at it, we can see this front wheel is actually pretty curved. We can see that bottom part right there on the driver or passenger side is pulled down a little bit as well, so a little bit of weird damage. I mean, this vehicle's got like almost 5,000 miles on it, so it's probably not in the best condition, especially for one that's about to be shipped off to auction tomorrow. But we've got spider squirrels all over, scratches all over on the side. Quick walk around so you can see. I mean, it's okay. All this stuff can be like fixed, right? It can be paint corrected, ceramic coated, and really just touched up to make it a little bit nicer. I don't think it's actually unlocked, but we can see, okay, that interior, not the cleanest. We can see some stains on the seat right there already. And for some reason, the passenger seat is like pulled up to the front. The back, is that tint? Wait, that is tint. What is up with this tint job right here? Huh, that's really interesting. It's almost like they did that on purpose just for the rear driver side. Let's see if that is on the rear passenger side as well, but not on the front side at all. So I wonder what this vehicle was actually used for. Maybe it was used for like promotions or commercials or things like that. Taking a look at the rear passenger rim, it's also curved up on the back, just a little bit though. This driver side rear rim, pretty good, not too bad. And the driver front rim is actually perfectly fine. But let's see if it's unlocked actually. Whoa, it actually is unlocked. We can actually check it out if we want to. So of course it's super hot inside, but here, let's take a look at the mileage of this. 4,786 miles on it. So that's a lot of miles in like the 3 months that it's already been out for. So this definitely was some sort of like press or test vehicle. Hopefully this vehicle was not a lemon buyback or manufacturer buyback. I don't think it was. I didn't see it in any of the notes, but pretty interesting to see there's already some blemishes on the white leather here. And yeah, this is terrible. Look at this like weird tint job on the back, almost like a DIY type of kit, but not really because it's not sticking to it at all. Backside definitely has some use. It just needs like a good cleaning both on the interior and the exterior for what it is. It's almost like this passenger seat has been moved into Uber mode. You know when you get into vehicles and the passenger seat's pulled all the way to the front, especially in the Uber, so there's more space for the back. But yeah, you can really see all the different scratches here on the surface of it. I mean, it's also in California, you see that more so because it's so bright out all the time. But this definitely needs, this is bad. This really needs a paint correction. Check out the trunk. Got our floor mats and pretty standard, but yeah, you can see it's definitely been used for some reason, or used a lot for the 5,000 miles it has. Yeah, you can see this paint is in terrible condition. It needs a lot of tender loving care. Holy crap, check out this massive scratch right here on the pillar. Ugh, I don't know if this would buff out. That's actually pretty bad right there. So I'm actually super glad I went to go check out this vehicle in person because it's kind of tough at the auctions. I mean, it seems like it might go for a great deal, but there's a lot of different things that we're missing slowly from this. A couple of the rims are curved, a couple pieces of the trim are missing. There's a big scratch on the A-pillar, and on top of that, the interior, I mean, it needs a little bit of a deep cleaning and a paint correction all over the vehicle. It's almost like a mini project car, but still really cool to see, and hopefully we get a good deal on this when it goes for auction because we're going to still track it and try and bid on it tomorrow because it bids the next day tomorrow. I guess before we leave, we should see what else is here that is semi-interesting before, hopefully we don't get kicked out, but before we leave and head on back home. But pretty fun, interesting experience here. We found two vehicles that are definitely out of the ordinary, the EV9 and a Model 3 Performance. But let's head on back to the car and I'll give you my thoughts on what pricing this vehicle should be at, especially because a brand new one is at a certain price, especially with the $7,500 federal tax credit. But let's figure out how we can get out here and hopefully I don't get lost on the way out. So here's my thoughts on this Tesla Model 3 Performance. A brand new Tesla Model 3 Performance with the tax credit is around $47,000 to $48,000. Of course, there's a destination fee and some other fees, so let's call it like $49,000. And you have to pay taxes on top of that. A used one, if you factor in like 10%, 20% depreciation, that should be like a $4,000 to $8,000 discount. And taking a look at like cars.com right now, the cheapest Tesla Model 3 Performance in the country is being sold for $44,000. So I think, I mean, if this Tesla Model 3 goes at the auction for like $35,000 or $38,000, that could be a crazy deal. But the other part of me feels like this might go for like a little bit above $40,000 to $44,000, which I think I would probably pass at that moment. But still, fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes for at the auction tomorrow. And I'm not sure if I'm going to put it in the same video or if we're going to make a separate video, because that whole other auction video could be a whole video by itself with all the different anticipation with it. So thanks for watching. Hit comment down below. Would you buy this Tesla Model 3 in the condition it is? And what price would you pay for the Tesla Model 3 Performance?